Do you think the Elmo is a good replacement for the overhead
Yes.
projector?
For a couple different reasons. I like it better first and foremost because and I've used an overhead projector actually here in Sparta when I taught at the middle school. You have you have to first of all have to have a special paper prepared. You know, it has to be on that clear film. And that's one more step for a teacher that if you didn't get it copied correctly, then you cannot teach that lesson using that overhead projector. Or if I did it on a blank one and have it here, then it smudged or it wasn't as user friendly. Or I'd have to wash it in between. Usually I have extra worksheets. So from a student I could say, well, let's see your worksheet. Or it's easy to show student work. Okay, well, this is how so-and-so did it. Let's take a look, because I'm teaching Algebra 1 and Algebra 2, which you know there's lots of different ways to solve that equation. And so here, just today, second block, I said, here's how I solved it. And then I said, come here, let me see, he solved it this way, step by step by step. Overhead projector, I couldn't just stick it up here and show the kids. I'd have to recreate that and step and write it all out. So, I mean, ease of use for one. Two is just the messiness of it, you know, that you had to wash it and get it ready or things like that. But also, this projector system, when you use it, it allows you to zoom in. So instead of always having to cover up everything and as I go move it, I'll zoom into just the part I want and give them a piece of the puzzle. And then I'll zoom back out so then they have everything. So especially if I, like for ACT prep kinds of things, we're doing ACT prep questions and we want them to do one at a time. So we'll zoom in on the exact problem we're doing. And then when we're done, we'll zoom back out where we have the work shown and the answer. Because we're trying to have them do it self-sufficient and not us lead it.
Right.
So instead of us going over it, we zoom out, everything's there, everybody can see it.
Right.
We've prepped an entire month's worth. We hang it back up on our board till tomorrow when we put it back under the Elmo, we zoom in on the next one.
Nice.
And then when they need to check it, we zoom back out. Overhead projector, you wouldn't be able to do that. And constantly, you shuffle those papers, and then you're trying to write, and then your papers fall. And so it's just, this makes it a lot neater and tidier. I like the zoom function. It also allows me to show my calculator on there for algebra. And so, especially with the graphing calculator and my freshmen, they're very unfamiliar with the graphing calculator. And things like a minus and a negative are very different. But on the calculator, they look the same. And they're like, why can't I graph this? Well, I put my calculator up on here where they can see it, zoom in so they can see. Right. That's all they see is my calculator. And I show them with my finger, and they can follow along. -3 plus 2x. Where did I find the x again? Oh, look up here, because this allows. Previously with the overhead, you had to have that special calculator thing. Do you remember that?
Right.
That
Yep.
screen you could
Yep.
see through. And again, I can show almost anything on this. I mean, it doesn't have to be clear. It doesn't have to be transparent. Anything that we're doing, I can project up for kids to see.
You can take it out of your pocket and use it.
Oh, exactly. And then trying to connect to real life. Like, I've been trying to use more manipulative, so like those things up on the board up there that I had done and cut out. I hadn't planned on showing it on the overhead, but they were looking at me like, I don't get this. So I zoomed out. I said, all right, look at the screen where it's really nice and big. Okay, I'm moving this, I'm moving this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. Then I'm gonna staple it. And so I could do it right here and they could see it.
Right.
So
Okay.
just made it a little bit more concrete, but I can show absolutely anything.